Hey y'all, it's Kat from Vector Academics, and I've given you a wall of writing to read because we're talking about the reading section. On the reading section, you may think the challenge is getting through that passage. Really, the trouble is reading all of the answer choices in order to figure out how the wrong answers are wrong. I'm here to talk today about one common way that the ACT test makers manufacture wrong answers for the reading section that seem pretty good until you know the trick. Today we're going to learn how to avoid extremes. I haven't given you a passage because you don't need one in order to figure out the right answer. Our question is, the passage makes the claim that intellectual property laws in the United States require reevaluation because, obviously a really thrilling passage, and my hypothesis is that we can figure out the right answer just by saying the ones that are obviously wrong. A good thing to know about the reading section going into it is that these passages are not written for the ACT. They're chosen from books and essays that are published by respected experts in their fields. This kind of gives us a clue about how to read the answer choices, because we know the people writing these passages have their reputations based on them. They don't want to look crazy or off base or like they're saying something completely wrong. And one way that the ACT makes answer choices wrong then is to make them way more extreme than anything the writers would actually say. Let's take a look at answer choice J. New laws always require significant revision as they are put into effect. Sounds kind of good on the surface, except for this extreme word, always. Basically, if this were the right answer, that would mean the author of the passage was saying, always, in every circumstance, with no exceptions, laws need revision. And sometimes they do have really extreme passages. If you're reading a passage with an extreme tone, maybe. But because these are respected experts writing real passages for the real world, probably not always. Probably like usually. I think that always makes answer choice J pretty unlikely. Next we can take a look at H. The current laws do not protect the rights of trademark holders. Again, yeah, we read the passage, but we read the answer choices word for word. And if we take this one literally, as we should, it means that the laws that are in effect do not protect the rights, like all the rights, of trademark holders. Again, not leaves no room for error. It's too extreme, most likely. So now we're down to answer choices F and G. Defendants in legal disputes inevitably risk their own livelihood when forced to spend time in the courtroom, or rapidly changing technologies offer many opportunities for the spirit of the laws to be violated. Listen, honestly, at this point, go back to the passage and figure out the right answer, or guess you have the 50-50 shot and there's no penalty for being wrong. But there's a more subtle extreme word in here that tips me off to the answer choice. If we look at answer choice G, we see rapidly changing technologies offer many opportunities. That's great. Words like many or much or often or usually, those are room for error words. They're rarely too extreme. Versus defendants in legal disputes inevitably. It's a subtle extreme word because it's a couple more syllables than not or always. But it does imply inevitably, without fail, must happen. Too extreme for the ACT. And we know without having to read a single word of the passage, answer choice G, because we avoided extremes. If this was useful, please subscribe to Vector Academics' YouTube channel or like our Facebook page for more tips to help you sail to success on test day.